Sports presents high school basketball. Tonight's game is brought to you by Patriots Buckeye Mutual Insurance, Doan Ford, WB Green Insurance, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative, and Abel's Heating, Cooling, Electrical, and Refrigeration.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome once again to high school basketball tonight on WILE 97.7 and streaming live on YRP TV. It is high school basketball. The Cambridge Bobcats hosting the John Glenn Muskies. Bill Kafuri, John Valentine for the 10th Catfish Challenge tonight at Gene Ford Court. Catfish Challenge. JV, there's probably people out there, I don't know, one or two that are living under a rock that don't know what the Catfish Challenge is yet.
There still are.
But there are a few,
yep.
And nobody knows more about this and has been more involved in it than you. And so you can kind of give us the quick elevator speech of what's happening.
Yeah, so basically this is our 10th anniversary, believe it or not, which is kind of unreal to me. But 10 years ago, Josh Adams, a John Glenn graduate and player, approached me. At the time, we were both kind of running the youth programs in Cambridge and John Glenn. He approached me. He says, man, I got this idea. Cambridge and John Glenn has such a great, storied past in basketball, state tournaments and regional tournaments and all this good stuff, and leading scorers, Gino and Jay Burson. We need to accentuate this somehow. It's now that we're starting to play again, let's do something. So we created the Catfish Challenge, which is an all-day basketball event between Cambridge and John Glenn. So third grade all the way up to the varsity. So you play 9 games throughout the day, and it's a point-valued system, so whoever wins the game gets a point. You add up the points at the end of the day. Whoever has the most points wins the Catfish Challenge, and bragging rights, of course, but also a really cool traveling trophy with their names inscribed on it too. And it's a lot of fun. And we also give away some scholarship money for a player from each team.
You've already done that tonight.
And we did do that tonight, and that's in Josh's honor. And, you know, Josh passed away a couple years ago, unfortunately, and we thought, you know, we really need to commemorate and memorialize Josh because this was his baby. This was his idea. So we give away some scholarship money. This year's recipients, Nelson Cameron from John Glenn and Reagan Rogers from Cambridge. So, you know, it's a great event, man. The little kids get to play on the high school floor throughout the day, and the middle school teams get to play here too. We had a packed house all day long.
Still a lot of people here.
Man, it was a lot of fun. So this was the 10th anniversary. I want to thank the ADs and the coaches from both John Glenn and Cambridge, because without their help it couldn't happen. And really to all of our sponsors out there in the community too, because as you see on your screen, all of the high school, the varsity players all have a Catfish Challenge t-shirt with the sponsors' names on the back. And without those sponsors, we couldn't have given away the scholarship money either. So I want to send out a sincere thank you to them as well.
It's a nice holiday event. I mean, there's
Absolutely.
a lot of people obviously back home for the holidays, but a lot of former players here from both schools, and as you said, a packed house for the varsity game, which there typically would be for both these teams. But I see a lot of young kids still running around with their uniforms on. They've been here all day.
Yeah, absolutely, and that's the great thing. It's a fundraising event for the schools. So all of the proceeds from the event go to each individual school's athletic department. So this year it's hosted by Cambridge. So Cambridge gets all the gate money, the concession money, and as you said, you know the kids are hanging out here all day. They're hitting that concession stand every 5 minutes.
In there, right?
Right. So, you know, it's a way for us to give back to the schools, and put a little bit of money in the athletic funds, and then also give away some money to the kids as well.
Great event, and I'm sure the fans enjoy it. The players seem to enjoy it as well, and it's gone back and forth. But even at this point, John Glenn leads the points coming into the varsity game. For the way it's set up, I think it's an 8-3 advantage now. Varsity game's worth 5 points, and that's the tiebreaker too. Whoever wins that could win.
That is correct. So when we created it, we wanted the emphasis to be on the varsity contest, right? That's all why we're here. But we want the younger kids to be a part of it, and each point means something. So the younger teams, the youth games are all worth 1 point. The middle school and freshman games are all worth 2. The JV is worth 3. The varsity is worth 5. So we did not have a freshman game this year. But as of right now, John Glenn is leading 8-3. However, the varsity game's worth 5. So if Cambridge were to win the varsity contest, it's a tie game. The tiebreaker goes to the varsity winner. So every year we've done this, it's come down to the varsity contest, which is the way that we designed it.
Well, let's talk about that varsity game. I guess that's why we're here more than anything.
That is true.
We can talk about that as the Bobcats come in 1-6. They played last night against Union Local here at home, a game that Union Local jumped on top early. Big first quarter, and they went on to a 20-point victory. They're 73-53. John Glenn did not play last night. Last time they played was a week ago, and they're on a bit of a win streak, but 4-2 for the Muskies under Coach Sheck, and their wins have, in some cases, have been pretty narrow. They lost to Tri-Valley, lost to Indian Valley last week, but they've got some narrow wins. But, you know, a pretty typical John Glenn team. They play great defense, they shoot the ball well, and they have a little size inside. And we're going to hear a lot from Caleb Lyric tonight at 6'6". He'll be the biggest guy out there. He's going to have an impact on both ends of the floor.
Yeah, and I talked to Coach Sheck, obviously, this week, and he's like, look, man, I mean, just the presence of a guy that's 6'6" with a wingspan like Caleb has, he affects shots. Now, he may not block a lot of shots, but just because he has that length, it's going to make the other team adjust their shots accordingly. So that is going to be a big factor tonight.
Yeah, unfortunately, we were made aware before the game last night, and tonight we want to pass along our condolences to the Barnett family. Josiah Barnett's grandmother passed away yesterday, I believe, and with a heavy heart. He played yesterday, is here again with his teammate today. Probably the best support system he could have is to be in the gym with his buddies. But our heart and thoughts go out to him and his family, too, in this tough time. But he's here tonight, and I'm sure, talking to Coach Pertusa before the game, feeling a little bit better than he was a day ago, but you have to feel for the young man.
Yeah, and it boils over to the other kids too, right?
Yep.
I mean, you know, it's not that there's one kid that had a relationship. It's a team, as you said, and that's your support system. Several kids have relationships, and they came out kind of flat last night, I think, and that might have had something to do with it. Even talking to Coach Pertusa today, he kind of mentioned that too, but he said, you know, we kind of worked our way through it, and really in the second half we outplayed Union Local. So we kind of got over that hump, and he's looking for that to continue tonight.
Yeah, and I think, you know, it's part of the life lessons that you learn. It's not all about basketball, but the friendships, your teammates, and you know, develop, and the support that you have for each other in good times and in bad.
Right.
So let's hope that that helps a little bit tonight, and Josiah gets back on track on the basketball end. We wish him the best all the way around. And let's take a closer look tonight at those starting lineups for the visiting Muskies tonight. In their road maroon uniforms, Caleb Lyric, 6'6" senior, will be joined by C.J. Dolan, 6-foot sophomore. Noah Winland, 6'1" senior. Will Nikolazakis, a 5'7" junior. And Steele Bates, a 6-foot sophomore. And the Muskies shoot the ball pretty well from the perimeter, but they have more so this year because of the size inside, become more of an interior team. So they don't have to rely on the three-point shot. You and I were talking before the game. You know, they've shot about 75 of them, which probably isn't a lot through, 6 games. But, the Bobcats through 7 games have shot, 170?
173, right?
Yeah. So the Cats put the ball up a lot. And they have a couple of guys that can knock it down in the starting lineup and off the bench as well. Josiah Barnett is one of those. He's averaging 20 a game coming in. He'll get the start at 5'10" junior along with Braden Gregg, 6'3" senior. He's another guy that can knock it down long range. Reagan Rogers, a scholarship recipient tonight, 8 points a game, 6-foot senior. Rylan Matthews had his best game of his young career last night, a 13-point effort. He averages just 4 games, 6'1" sophomore. And Riley Homko Green, 6'1" junior at 3 points a game. So Cats a little bit undersized. They try to make up for that with some good long-range shooting, and you'll see Barnett, Braden Gregg, Mason Gregg off the bench last night, had a nice night as well, knocked down a few threes. And so the Cats have that long-range capability. but you got to hit those because with big guys inside, you're not going to get many second chances.
Right, you're not going to get a lot of rebounds. Long shots equal long rebounds too, but they're shooting over 35% as a team from beyond the arc. So a huge improvement compared to last year. We talked about that, at the beginning of the season. One of the areas they had to improve upon was three-point shooting, and they have. Look, if you can shoot over 35% at the high school level, you got to feel pretty good about that. And as you mentioned, a couple names have been shooting it pretty well.
Yeah, they say 35% or over 33% from three-point range is like shooting 50%, inside the arc. So the Cats are doing that, but John Glenn will live and die probably inside tonight, and that was something the Cats couldn't do last night. They had a lot of early layups that they just couldn't get in the hoop because of the height advantage that Union Local had. That's going to be similar tonight for the Muskies.
Yeah, it's going to be, look, John Glenn's still kind of young. Even though the young guys, they do have a lot of basketball experience. These guys have been playing together a long time. They do have a size, obviously, advantage, but they're quick. And as you mentioned, they're going to be all over you on the defensive end. The defensive pressure leads to a lot of fast break points. So, it's a young group, and Coach Sheck is still trying to work out some things with them. But as you mentioned, they beat a couple of teams that maybe people didn't think they'd beat, but they also stumbled a little bit too. So young teams are going to do that. But it should be a pretty entertaining game tonight.
Coach Sheck said they will go 9 deep, and they'll want to just wear you down.
Absolutely.
Just all over the floor being after you. We want to thank our sponsors for tonight's game, Patrons Buckeye, Doan Ford, WB Green, West 40 Auto Sales, Valentine Insurance, and Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. We'll have all of our scoreboard updates sponsored by Amy tonight. Pre-game winding down here from Gene Ford Court. We'll have the national anthem coming up here momentarily and the opening tip coming up right after these messages.
At Abels, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
Save money and get peace of mind with secure file backups from ABC Tech. Lost or deleted files happen all the time, and it can be devastating to your business. ABC Tech backs up all your data from all your computers and stores it in the cloud securely. If you ever lose your data for any reason, we can restore all your files easily from backup. Right now, you can get 2 months of our cloud backup services free. There's no need for us to even come on site. We can set you up remotely and protect your files quickly and easily. Contact us today for more details and to get your first 2 months free. Call 740-432-5605 or visit abctechnicalservices.com.
I'm not buying till I checked on Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford online at doanford.com. Each year, Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative provides an all-expenses-paid trip for 2 students to attend the Washington, D.C. Youth Tour coordinated by Ohio's electric cooperatives. Applicants must be a high school sophomore or junior and the child or legal ward of a Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative member at the time of selection. For a complete list of qualifications or to apply, visit gmenergy.com. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
How can you select from insurance companies offering you lizards or ducks? When it comes to protection for your home and auto, you want a company that provides quality insurance products and personalized, fair, friendly claims service. WB Green Insurance represents Westfield Insurance. Their reputation is based on sharing knowledge and building trust. Westfield has been around the neighborhood over 150 years. WB Green Insurance welcomes the opportunity to quote your home, car, and business insurance. Don't be fooled by lizards and ducks. Call 439-1329.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative will be giving out over $7,000 in scholarships this year. Graduating seniors whose parents or guardians are members of Guernsey Muskingum are eligible to apply. Visit gmenergy.com for a complete list of rules and applications. The application deadline is Friday, February 2nd, 2024.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Gene Ford Court for tonight's contest between the Bobcats and the Muskies. Bill Kafuri, John Valentine with tonight's call. Want to thank our teammates tonight on camera. Brock Valentine down on the court. Hope he doesn't run over anybody. And Callie Dunn.
No promises.
Up here working with us. And Rhett Klein, who pushes everybody's buttons, including ours and all the ones on the computer. So thanks to those guys and all of our sponsors for bringing you tonight's game on 97.7 and YRP TV. 10th time we've done the Catfish Challenge. Cats come in tonight's game 1-6. The Muskies at 4-2. Cambridge's starters again: Barnett, Greg Rogers, Matthews, and Homko Green. For the Muskies, it'll be Larrick, Dolan, Windland, Nick Lazakis, and Steele Bates. Certainly you got to consider the Muskies the favorite coming into this, and we've seen the Bobcats several times this year. They've played well in spurts, but they haven't put four quarters together. But they can be a dangerous team. What have the Cats got to do tonight to get a win? And we know the Muskies, we've talked enough about them. If they do their thing, they'll get it done.
Yeah, really. The Cats, as we saw last week when they played St. Clairsville, for 3.5 really good quarters, you have to play defense and you have to rebound. When you're not necessarily, when you don't have that big presence in there, you're going to have to work a little bit harder to make sure that the other team doesn't get extra shots. So Cambridge has to take care of the ball because they're going to be pressured all night long. They got to rebound and they got to play some defense. John Glenn, play your game. Get up and down the floor when you can, but, you know, they can be prone to some turnovers too. So take care of the ball. I'd pound that darn ball inside all day long to Larrick and make Cambridge play defense on him.
Yeah, if there's maybe a ding in Caleb Larrick's game, he's good inside, but if you foul him and send him to the line, he's 50% there. He's been there a lot, but, you know, as the season goes on, that's probably going to improve a little bit.
Sure.
You got to look for places maybe that you can get after him tonight and see if the Bobcats playing back-to-back nights have a whole lot of gas in the tank.
Yeah, you never like to see those back-to-back games. By the time the second half rolls around, usually on Saturday night, those legs are a little shaky.
Greg and Lyric in the center circle. That one, Greg gets up quickly and controls it. Ball loose in the backcourt, but the Cats on there, they're going to call it over and back, is saying that Reagan Rogers possessed it. Then it got knocked backwards, and the Cats will have the possession and turn it over.
Little conversation already.
Yeah. 6 seconds in, we're still trying to get it right here. Huh?
Well, it's tough.
Jump it up again, right?
Well, he's got to. Cambridge had to have possession to be called for over and back. So the possession arrow should be facing John
Well,
Glenn.
Brett's going to have us doing replays tonight, so we'll get some of those.
No pressure, Brett. There we go. So John Glenn, obviously.
Yeah, they are going to have the first real look. It'll be Nick Lazakis out on top. Barnett checks him as the Cats extend a little zone. And John Glenn works it to the high post. And the kick out. Again, trying to pound inside. Nice slash to the hoop and rebound by Homco Green. Steele Bates couldn't get it to go down. And full court pressure everywhere by John Glenn. And the Cats will throw it away for the second time. Winland all the way to the hoop, can't get it to go. Bates will keep it alive. And they'll reset out on top.
And that's that pressure we talked about already. First possession.
Lyric forced away from the basket in the corner. Nick Lazakis on the drive, kisses it off the glass and in.
Nice soft touch there by Nick Lazakis.
Again, pressure in the backcourt may lead to a turnover and timeout taken by the Bobcats. Just about a minute in here, and the three guys just hounding the Cats defensively, just a kind of a quick trap and playing the off pass between that. And Cambridge has not yet gotten a shot up.
No, haven't got the ball past half court. There was once they got past, but had the turnover. So, yeah, going to have to find a way to break that press. And as we said, that's why they're going 9 deep, because they're just going to keep pressuring you all day long and have fresh legs come in to pressure the ball. So Cambridge is going to have to figure out how to break that. Put somebody in the middle of the floor. That's where that magic spot is, man.
All of our scoreboard updates tonight brought to you by Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. 2-0. Muskies on top of the Bobcats. And Cambridge will retain possession now. Again, full court pressure being applied. The Cats put on a press breaker. Inbound to Homco Green and missed the diagonal pass, but right into the hands of Rogers. Doubled out on top to Greg, back out to Rogers. Man-to-man pressure by John Glenn. Cats continue to work the outside. Barnett, three from the left side, touching. Barnett, that three ties him for 10th place on the all-time three-pointer list. We were talking about that in the pregame. He's got a chance to move up that list with a good night.
Right, real quick. Yeah, at number 10 already. Tied with a couple other folks, John Mark Scott and Nicholas Oliver.
He gets 4 or 5 tonight. He could be number 8 with a year to go.
Yeah.
Although who's at the top of that list?
Little guy named Ford.
Yeah, with 200 and something.
221, I believe.
Nice backdoor cut. Steal Bates from Lyric. Lyric doesn't always look to shoot it, but where he's at, he can see everybody, and he made a nice pass there. Cats beat pressure up ahead to Matthews. His pass out tapped, stolen by Nick Lazakis. Cats have had, 3 or 4 turnovers here early. Trail it 4-3. 3 ball from the corner. An air ball by Winland. And Barnett pulls it down, and he'll push it the other way. Good defense as the Muskies get back. Rogers will step into a 3, and he sticks it between the backboard and the rim, and it's good to have a guy like Lyric around who can just jump up very easily and tap that away. It'll go back to the Muskies on the miss. 4-3, John Glenn. 5.5 and counting here in the opening period. Nick Lazakis against Barnett. Lost the handle and looked like he's trying to pass it. Barnett might have tapped that one away.
So as you mentioned, 3 turnovers already for Cambridge. Yep, they only trail by 1 so far here early.
Get an early 3. Bates on the inbound to Lyric. Doubled down on him, and he'll kick it out. Back to Bates. He'll spot for a 3. Bang around on the inside for the rebound, and the Cats had a good box out, but they touched it last as it goes out of bounds. There are 3 bodies on Lyric that time.
Yeah, and I think Lyric got away with a little push there on that rebound.
Inbound, Nikolazakis in the corner. Barnett again slaps it away. 5:05 left in the period. 4-3. John Glenn. There's the inbounded out on top. Winland and Nikolazakis, top of the key. Left side, Bates passes up the 3 to try to pound it inside. Cats sagging back inside on Lyric. And they'll kick it back to Bates. Swings it right side. And again, trying to feed it to Lyric and past him and out of bounds. So, again, a concerted effort to get it to the big guy. Good patience.
Well, good defense, really, by Homco Green to be able to continue to move, to be able to deny Lyric, and that's really what affected the pass.
Inbounds tapped out of bounds. Cats will move it to the sideline here and get it into Barnett. Defense will back off. Here comes the double team. He'll reverse it to Rogers. Back to Gregg. Now Barnett with 4.5 to go. We'll pull it back out and reset. 4-3. Muskies by 1. 4.5 to go. Off the double high pick. Barnett for the 3. Cha-ching. Back-to-back threes. Barnett on the season shoots over 30% out there. And that's his 22nd make of the season. Nikolazakis back to Bates. Left alone. He'll take one. Cha-ching. The answer man. Bates has 5 in the period, and it's 7-6 John Glenn. Bobcats handle the pressure again to Barnett. He'll slow it down.
And using that middle of the floor to break that press. That's where you want to shoot to get the ball to.
Barnett, after a couple makes, he's got the defense aware where he's at now. Pulls it back out and looks for some movement. As Matthews floats up for the pick. Barnett down the lane, kick out. Gregg left corner for 3. Left it short, chased it down, and tapped off the hands of Winland. And substitutions for John Glenn. Nelson Cameron checks in along with Cooper Briggs. And Braden Davis. 3.5 left in the first quarter. Inside pass to Matthews, and he'll take it up. Nice pass. And Ryland Matthews picks up where he left off last night, and the Cats lead it by 1.
Good things happen when you cut to the hole.
3 ball, left corner. Cha-ching. Davis steps in and drills one.
He didn't waste any time.
Pressure in the backcourt. Barnett able to get past it over to Rogers. Down the lane, pull up from 14. Back rims it. A rebound to Briggs. He'll bring it to the timeline and kick it up ahead to Bates. 10-8, John Glenn, under 3 to go. Bates inside. Had the ball knocked out of his hands, and here comes Cambridge. 2 on 3. Braden Gregg behind the back, goes to the floor. Kick out over to Barnett. Back to Gregg, off the dribble, penetrates. Boy, had a nice jumper from the foul line, instead looking to pass it. And Barnett will take the contested 3, doesn't go. Rogers with the rebound and dribbled it on the end line, and he's looking for some help on the reach in.
Yeah, you'd think.
So with 2:29 to go in the first period, substitutions continue for the Muskies as they get into a rotation. Dolan back into the game as the Muskies have a 2-point lead in the ball. Briggs to Dolan. Back to Briggs, swings it right side. Looking for that post feed again. Cameron, as the Cats have done a nice job early on the big guy. 3-pointer. Cha-ching. Wow. Nelson Cameron cashing that check. 13-8. Ball loose on the floor. Picked up again by the Muskies, who've got about a half dozen turnovers. Cameron down the lane with the floater off the glass, no good. Rebound, stick back by Davis. So the Muskies getting scoring off the bench here early and have opened up a 15-8 lead with 1:39 and counting. Barnett through a double team, left side to Rogers, skips it over to Gregg, and back out on top Barnett. Barnett, 6 of the Bobcats, 8 points. Gets it to Humko Green. He'll take the three, top the key, not there. Rebound, stick back, Barnett. So Barnett with the pass went right to the hoop, and he got the basket and one.
Probably not the shot that Coach Pertussit was looking for there out of Humko Green. He's open. However, probably not the shot that he wants him to take, but Barnett saw that the ball was going to come off the left side, and he snuck in there perfectly to get that rebound.
Mason Gregg steps in for the Bobcats. That sends Barnett to the line for the three-point play, and he drains it. 9 points for him, and the foul that time on Dolan. First foul of the game at the 1:15 mark. Nobody had a foul before that. How many times that happened?
Right.
Pass inside. Davis going backdoor, and Nelson finding him there. Davis 7 off the bench, and it's 17-11. Pass inside, and Deontay Jones finishes as Barnett picks up another assist. 17-13. Both teams heating it up now. Davis back out on top. Swings it right side. Cameron. Back to Davis. Cha-ching! Check that. Cooper Briggs gets in the three-point act. 4-3 of the period for John Glenn. Just about time we said they won't shoot the three very often. They do. Mason Gregg trying to answer. He had a good night last night, but this one off short and rebounded by Larrick. 16 on the clock. Muskies lead it by 7. Briggs skips it right side. Cameron into the corner. Davis. 3 on the clock. Cameron will take the deep contested 3 and off the mark, but that gets us to the end of one. 2013, your first quarter score. Muskies on top of the Cats. We'll take that quarter break. Be back right after this.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE-FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium. First 8 minutes gone. Scoreboard update tonight brought to you by Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. 20-13. John Glenn on top of Cambridge. Muskies got on top quick. Cats battled back. Took a lead a couple of times there at one point here or there, but John Glenn subs off the bench, came in firing away. 7 in the period for Braden Davis off the bench. 5 for Steelbates, 3 for Briggs and check that Cameron off the bench. 3 threes there from their bench players coming in. That's pretty good.
Yeah, you want to get more PT, buddy. Hit your shots coming right off the bench.
Barnett off the inbound, takes it all the way inside, dishes it off. Another assist for him, and Deontay Jones in the right place at the right time. Cuts it to 20-15. Wendland back in the game. To the corner. Inside feed Davis. Kicks it out to Bates. Dolan resets now left side. Andrew Glob into the game for the first time. To Wendland. Takes it down the lane. Inside out for the 3. Cha-ching! Bates' second 3 of the game, and it's 23-15.
Right where he left off. Can't leave the shooter wide open like that.
Cats packing it inside, trying to deny inside. Ball knocked away by Dolan, and he'll pick it up and lead the break the other way. Back to Dolan in the corner. finds Davis to Winland, trying to bang his way in, kisses it off the glass too hard. Barnett will pull and push. Tapped from behind by the defense and out of bounds. The Cats will slow it down now as Homko Green checks back in for Matthews. 6:47 left in the first half. 23-15. Muskies on top, and here comes Lyric again, who has yet to score.
No, but he's affecting the scoreboard a lot.
He sure does.
Sorry, go ahead.
Average is 13 a game.
Well,
I'm not sure he's taking a shot,
what
has
I'm
he?
saying is the Cats are doing a great job by doubling him down low, but the Muskies are hitting their darn threes, and
Yeah, they are.
they're kicking it back out because they're wide open shots. So he's affecting the scoreboard just because they're doubling him.
Barnett fade away from the foul line, doesn't go. Cats crash the boards, but tipped over to Dolan. He'll control and run it the other way. 6.5 left in the half. Glob for three. Cha-ching! The Muskies, they came in shooting about 33% outside the arc tonight. They've knocked down about everything they've taken. 26-15, a double-digit lead. Timeout on the floor. We'll take it as well. John Glenn pulling away from the Cats early. We'll be back on 97.7 and YRP TV right after this.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
Back at Gene Ford Court, scoreboard update 26-15. Muskies on top. Our scoreboards tonight brought to you by Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. I've got the Muskies, certainly unofficial for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 threes.
Yep.
And I'm hard pressed to think of one they missed.
They've missed 2. That's it.
That's it.
Shooting 75% from beyond the arc. You're going to win a lot of games doing that.
Coming out of the timeout, second one the Cats have had to burn here in the first half to try to stop these Muskie runs. Cats were close in the first quarter, but John Glenn in the second period, couple of threes, outscoring the Cats, and you got to think this pressure has affected the Cats as well.
Yeah, 6 turnovers already for Cambridge. Not only is John Glenn shooting the ball lights out, but Cambridge also has 6 turnovers to go with it.
Gregg off the dribble, penetrates. There's a block shot. He didn't get enough space between him and Lyric. And heading the other way, and a foul call. Nick Lazakis took that one right to the hoop, and they call that on the floor? Nope, they'll let him shoot 2.
Yeah, he was definitely shooting. I believe it was on Barnett. Officials having a little discussion with the fans, the Bobcat fans over there. It was on Barnett.
It was Barnett, his first, team's first.
Correct.
And 2 for Nico. First one rattles in and out. Free throw average for Nick Lazakis on the season, 67%. Only 4 of 6 coming in through 6 games. Little guys don't get a chance to do it much, right? They'll split the pair here. 27-15. Cats get it in. Barnett will race it up the floor. He had a 3-on-2, but pulls it back out in his pass. Stolen away by Nick Lazakis. He'll take it the other way. Lost control down low. Back to Winland. And Dolan's baseline floater is good. That was a tough shot. CJ made that one look easy. 29-15. Mason Gregg across the timeline, saw the double coming. Down low to Matthews. Braden Gregg back to Mason, top the key, passed up a 3. Last night he was catching and shooting and in rhythm and knocking them down.
Well, he just had his shot blocked a second ago, don't forget.
Yeah.
So he's
still in his mind.
Absolutely.
Coming up on the 5-minute mark. Dad's trying to look for a good look here. Inside feed, Homko Green works his way loose and did a nice job catching, hanging in there, taking it up and dropping it in.
Yeah, good look by Gregg there to find the open guy.
Just the second bucket this quarter for the Bobcats, and a foul out on the floor.
like Barnett's gonna
Barnett
pick up his
second. Nobody else has one. He's got two.
Well, the good news is he fouled him out top by the three-point line before the shot was taken because that ball went in.
Bobcats second of the quarter. Steele Bates will take it out of bounds. Baseline left side. Inbound, nice play is Lyric turned around, set a pick, squared back up, and he was wide open for an easy two.
Was pretty surprised he was that wide open.
Nobody switched on him. 31-17. Mason Gregg working against Davis all over him. Back out to Braden Gregg for three. Wide open, couldn't get that one to go. Rebound, Karam's out to Barnett. Glob on him, trying to beat him off the dribble. A lot of help defense here by the Muskies. Homko Green trying to feed it down low to Matthews. He'll save it. Back to Homko Green and trying to kiss it in off the glass. Rebounded by Lyric. And the Muskies will get it to half court. Nikolazakis, right side. Back to Bates with 4 to go. 31-17. Bates on the drive, kick out. Nikolazakis in the corner, right back inside as again a nice pass from Lyric, finding Davis, and that's his 9th point. Lyric triple team, he knew it right away.
Yep. Look, if they're going to be doubling and tripling you, somebody's going to be open, right?
Hey, they get a lot of fresh bodies, and Nico flying around. He'll get a break. Well deserved, and back into the game comes Briggs and Cameron. 3:44 to go. In the backcourt. Mason Gregg and Braden playing catch on the right side. Trying to spring Barnett. And yeah, there's the foul on the overplay. Glob trying to keep it out of his hand. Got to reach in. His first, team's first of the quarter. Reagan Rogers checks back in for the Cats. 3.5 to go. Bobcats certainly would like to get this to under 10 by halftime. Been outscored 12-4 here in the second period. Barnett on the penetration. Feeds it to Matthews, back to Barnett. Shot blocked in the corner by Briggs. Cats will keep it alive. Cambridge will bring it back out. Almost had a violation there as Barnett comes back to take over ball handling. As he'll work himself free, put up a 10-footer. That one doesn't find the bottom, and Davis will clear it out up ahead to Briggs. He'll push it to the corner. Glob on the penetration, lost it on the floor, and the Bobcats Rogers will come out of there with it. Braden Gregg left side. John Glenn overplaying everything, trying to get a hand on it, knock it away, chase it down, and they've been pretty successful doing that here early.
Yep, face guarding, denying the lanes, denying the pass.
Arnett kick out to Rogers. He'll penetrate, kick it back to the top of the key. Lyric steps out on Gregg, and he won't take that one. As Rogers spins free down the lane, got the foul, and we'll head to the lane.
There you go. And if they're going to overplay you, if they're going to over-pursue, you're going to have to be able to do exactly what Reagan did. Under control, be able to get the ball going the opposite direction, and that's where your open lane is going to be.
Now on Cameron, his first, team second. Rogers heads to the line to shoot 2. Reagan on the year 4 of 6. And bounces this one off the back of the iron. 33-17, your Amy Kissinger for County Commissioner scoreboard update. Mason Gregg checks back in. Rogers' second try, and he got all that one. Cambridge picking up some full court pressure. Doubling in the back. Muskies handle it. Up ahead. Open 3 for Nikolazakis. Cha-ching. His first 3 of the night.
I think that was Cameron.
Cameron, okay, yeah, Nick goes on the bench. Cameron 3. That's his second 3, by the way, and a foul in the backcourt.
I believe that was also on Cameron. He just likes getting his name called tonight. Scholarship winner,
Hey,
hitting threes.
second foul, sitting down. Hey, you know, when you get a spurt, you guys got guys that can come off the bench and fill it up for you. And
Right.
John Glenn tonight, their bench points have been the difference in this game.
Yeah, Davis has got, geez, 9
He's got
points.
9, and Cameron's got 6.
Yeah. And Davis has 2 rebounds. He leads the team in rebounds coming off the bench as well.
Cats will inbound it in the backcourt to Barnett. 1:45 and counting, down 36-18. Skip pass across. Braden Gregg for 3. Good look for him, but off the miss. Lyric will ensure only 1 shot. Up ahead, Bates penetrates, and Barnett gets a hand on it, knocks it away. And now Nick Lazak is back in. We're replacing Briggs. 1.5 to go. As Winland will be on the inbound. Gets it to Bates, hands it back, spots the 3, cha-ching. Tell the Muskies been spending some time over the break shooting a little bit, huh?
They haven't missed a 3 this quarter yet.
That's their fourth of this quarter after 4 in the opening period. Rogers kicks it to Gregg. He'll penetrate. Back to Rogers. Layup rattles it in. Good ball movement that time by the Cats. Working hard to get 2. And they trail it by 19. 1 minute left in the half. Winland. Cats have gone man to man, and Muskies have literally shot him out of that zone this half early.
Yes, for sure.
Back to Nico out on top. Right side. Dolan. Little delay here. No doubt trying to get the last shot, but they have the arrow. Nice feed inside. Winland got a good look. Couldn't get it to go. Jones with the rebound. And threw it right into the hands of Winland, and they will get the last shot here. Jones come running out of there, but there wasn't any teammate filling that right lane. Cats with almost double-digit turnovers this half. Steele Bates off the runner, and the kiss. And a half-court shot at the buzzer by the Cats off the mark, and the Muskies have built a 41-20 halftime lead. Cats only able to knock in 7 points in the period. Muskies 21-point second period to pull away here, and this is a similar scenario the Cats found themselves in a night ago. Halftime scoreboard update. Amy Kissinger for County Commissioner John Glenn leads at 41-20. We'll take a break. Halftime interview with Cambridge girls coach Logan McCord coming up right after this.
From the Ohio News Network, this is the Ohio Education Association Tonight in High School Hoops. Now here's your host, Eric Reeser.
In early 2024, the Ohio High School Athletic Association will begin to hold meetings across the Buckeye State to assess whether or not they should expand divisions across several sports. Boys and girls basketball, boys and girls soccer, softball, baseball, and girls volleyball are among the sports up for consideration. I'll speak with the OHSAA's Director of Media Relations, Tim Street, on how this expansion conversation came about and what's next. That's next. This is the Ohio News Network.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Get a recap of all the day's news from across the state.
ONN affiliate WBNS TV in Columbus has more.
Haley Kirby reporting in downtown Toledo.
From the State House, Kevin Landers.
ONN Canton.
ONN affiliate WKYC TV in Cleveland explains.
In Marietta, Brett Wharf, ONN News.
Emma Henderson in Genoa.
The ONN Daily Podcast. Listen at ONNradio.com or wherever you download your favorite podcasts from the Ohio News Network.
In Ohio, public education matters, and every day, Ohio's public school educators use their united voice to advocate for the supports and resources our public schools need so every child thrives, no exceptions. I'm Ohio Education Association President Scott Demaro, and on behalf of our 120,000 members, OEA is proud to sponsor tonight's game. Because great public schools are a winning playbook for Ohio, and Ohio is stronger when we stand together to cheer for our students' success.
This is ONN.
Tim Street's my guest. He's the Media Relations Director for the Ohio High School Athletic Association. Tim, coming up in January, the OHSAA will hold meetings to discuss expanding divisions across several sports: boys and girls basketball, girls and boys soccer, softball, baseball, and girls volleyball. What brought about the idea for this possible expansion?
Sure. Well, I can tell you that the conversations have been ongoing for a long time, and by that I mean several years. And it was earlier this fall that our board of directors, which is elected by our schools, and Executive Director Doug Ute really started having serious discussions about, is it time? Is it time to add divisions? For a lot of our sports, specifically basketball and volleyball, baseball, softball, we have not added divisions since the 1980s. And when you look at the size of our state and the number of divisions we have, we really are not in line with how most states are divided up in terms of their divisions. To give you an example, we have 800 high schools in Ohio that play boys basketball, and we have 4 divisions. So that means we have 800 schools that enter the tournament, and there are 4 state champions. And when you look at the number of schools in other states who have more divisions, it kind of puts us in a different light in terms of the narrow aspect of our divisions. Now, that doesn't mean everyone's going to like expansion, and it's certainly an ongoing discussion. We don't think that expanding divisions waters down the talent that is on the court deep in the playoffs, certainly. We've seen that with football. And football is really where we've seen a lot of success in terms of expansion, and specifically in Division I. Division I is a smaller number of schools in football. We only put the top 10% of the schools in Division I. And so what that means is that the biggest Division I school isn't that much different than the smallest Division I school. Well, right now in basketball, we have a huge disparity from the biggest Division I school to the smallest, and that's really what we're trying to address. And by doing that, we can also add some additional divisions as well.
Tim says that once these meetings happen and they feel like there's enough support for expanding divisions, they would need to assess if there are enough places to hold more events for the increased athletic activity.
I'll give you one example with basketball specifically. Right now, our basketball state tournament is at University of Dayton Arena. Well, we have already asked the question, and the answer is that we cannot play more than 4 games in one day at UD Arena. And right now that fits because we have 4 divisions. If we would have more than 4 divisions, we would really need to change the structure of the tournament, where perhaps we would have a scenario where we play the state semifinals on, for example, Tuesday night around Ohio, and then the winners meet in Dayton for the state finals. So a lot of work would have to get done on that for sure.
Welcome back. We're at halftime. Halftime scored. Muskies on top of the Bobcats, 41-20. All of our scoreboard updates brought to you by Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. We're happy to have with us at halftime the Bobcat ladies basketball coach, Logan McCourt, in his first year representing the ladies. And Coach, welcome. And
thank you.
Hey, it's first time as a head coach.
Yes.
And I'm assuming your first time coaching a women's team.
Yes, it is. Both are new. It's been a lot of fun. It's been really exciting. Learning a lot along the way with basically logistical stuff. So
you and them.
Yes. Yeah. Obviously, we're learning. We're learning on the fly. It hasn't always been pretty, but overall, it's really starting to get come around. I know results might not show that, but culturally is really, really, really coming around, and that's been the biggest thing. Is we had people coming to practice excited, and
I get regular updates.
Yes,
from some of your.
I couldn't imagine who.
Your erstwhile assistants, and PA tells me that you've done a fantastic job.
We're working on it. It's a whole group effort. I mean, we're all the whole staff's bought in, and the kids see that. They sense that we're all really excited about being there every day, and it kind of gives them, if they had a bad night the night before and we come in the next day, same old, they really they're attracted to that, and it's contagious is what I always try to say. We got to have contagious energy consistently, and that's been something that we've really, 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 really tried to instill in them day in and day out, and it's starting to really pay off.
Watching you coach for the last couple of years as a JV assistant for the boys, you have a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm and a lot of competitiveness that feeds over into your team. But what's been the biggest transition for you with that competitive spirit that you have?
The way you coach and the way you have to manage girls basketball is a little bit different. I've calmed down a lot. PA's told me that multiple times. I've tried to do. And it's made me a better coach. I'm still energetic. I still am passionate, but at the same time, I tried to really calm down, because the first year I did it, there's sometimes I would get lost in the game, and it would really, really, I'd get so amped up coaching, and it's a good thing, but at the same time, it was like, man, I'm really, really excited right now. I need to calm down. Now I'm able to really see the game. That's been the biggest transition, is really just how you manage the players. They're all different. The pace of the game's a lot different. That's been a big adjustment for me, but I love the coachability of the girls is something that I'm really enjoying. They all are wanting to learn every day, everything. If they don't know something, they're willing to ask you, and you might have to show them a couple times, but they pick it up, and they're really, really, really eager to learn. That's been something that I've really enjoyed.
Yeah, as a young coach, and of course you're not that far removed from high school, playing in St. Clairsville, and that competitive nature to hate to lose.
Yeah.
And now you're in a situation, that and coaches always say, well, it's not all about the wins and losses, but really
it's hard. I mean, it's hard to say that, and I try to preach that to them. We knew going in that it's going to be a process. We're building it. It's not going to take 1 year. It's probably not going to take 2 years. Might not take 3, but the more and more we keep instilling what we're trying to do, it's going to work out. It's already starting to work out. Our middle school's having success. Those girls are playing with a lot of passion. They're loving the game. Our youth league actually had some success this year with some of the grades, and we're really proud of how hard people are working. And that's what we're trying to instill, is the off-season work ethic. That's something I got from the players at St. Clairsville, like Dan Monterosa. Watching him grow up and how he worked day in and day out was really something that caught my eye when I was a younger kid. And it's just something that's instilled in me, and we're trying to get that into the girls, knowing that if you want to shoot the ball, anybody can shoot the basketball. Anybody can. Doesn't mean doesn't mean you're gonna make it. You have to put a lot of time in, and we've been emphasizing that. Put the time in the gym, shoot when no one else is here, and I'm really, really surprised by how quickly we are accepting that challenge, and it's really starting to transition into the results. We're not where we want to be, wins and losses, and I know, like you said, competitiveness, I hate losing. It sucks. The girls are starting to hate it too, which is good.
That's good
because
thing, yeah.
I think for a while, losing was kind of just something they were used to for the last couple of years, and they kind of accepted it, and I don't want them to accept it. I want it to tick them off. I want them to be mad about it and want to change it, and we're starting to get there now, and that's been especially the last 4 or 5 games, I've noticed a transition in them. When we lose a game that we feel like we should have won, or we threw away a couple passes, they're mad. They're upset about it, and they really, really, really want to bounce back, and that's been something that I've been very excited to see.
Definitely turning the corner. That's good news.
It is. It's awesome. And like I said, we're not winning as much as we would like, but there are wins beyond the scoreboard, and I hate, and any coach hates saying that.
They do.
But we knew this was going to be a process. The whole staff did. The girls knew that too. So we're just building day in and day out, and we're having a lot of fun doing it too.
Well, we appreciate you taking the time here to step up and talk to us and promote the program a little bit. Tell us how it's going. And it sounds like it's going great.
It's going great. I'm having a blast.
Hey, and you know what?
Hey,
go Browns.
Go Browns, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you, guys.
Thanks for stopping in. Logan McCourt, Cambridge Ladies basketball head coach. And we are at halftime, 41-20. Muskies on top of the Bobcats. And we didn't get a chance to cover the scoring real quick, but a nice update there on the girls program and Coach McCourt you know, watching him coach a little bit the last couple of years, JV, you just knew his enthusiasm for the game would be contagious around anybody.
That's the key, is you can't build success if you're not excited yourself, right? How could you build excitement in your players if you're not excited yourself? And boy, if anybody has ever seen him on the sideline,
oh my,
they know that he is 100% involved in the game, and that's going to feed down to your players. So I'm glad that they got a couple wins under their belt early, and that the girls are upset that they're losing now, right? So they've got a taste of some victories early, and he's going to continue to do a good job building that program.
Muskies with the lead. Scoreboard update from Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. 41-20, scoring in the first half quickly for the Muskies. Seal Bates leading all scorers with 10. Braden Davis off the bench with 9. 6 for Nelson Cameron off the bench, with the Cats picking up some defensive intensity to start the second half. Down 21. Bates on the penetration, kick out to the corner. Dolan feeds it to Larrick. In the paint, spins into a double team. Over to Nick Lazakis. He'll penetrate, put up a little floater under the hoop, and knock it in. Nick Lazakis has 7 tonight, and they'll steal the inbounds pass. Nico again. Back to Winland. Down the left corner, looks for the post feed. Larry Caddy's man pin, called for it. Bates now. Back to the top, and he'll reset. 43-20. Cambridge led in the first half by Barnett's 9. And those all came in that opening period. John Glenn did a good job closing him out. Nice feed inside. Nick Lazakis to Dolan, and kept alive by Larrick. Another rebound there, and he'll save it inbounds, and the Cats will get Deontay Jones back in for Homco Green.
Good heads-up play there by Larry. After he got his 4th rebound of the game, was starting to fall out of bounds, found a defensive player to bounce it off of.
Bates on the inbounds play gets his 12th point of the night. 25-point lead. Cats struggling against this tenacious defense. Barnett across the timeline to Matthews, back to Jones. Skip to Barnett in the corner. He'll take that 3. Cha-ching. Barnett, the only guy right now able to either create a shot or knock it down. His 3rd 3 of the night, and he's got 12. As Winland tried to answer halfway down, but the rebound pulled down by Larrick, but he put it on the floor. Jones will steal it away. Those big guys don't put it on the floor, right?
No. Don't take it down there where all the little guys are.
Rogers runner, not there, and the inbound saved back out on top. Nick Lazakis skips it to Winland, back to the top. Winland will take another 3, same spot, misses 2 in a row. Larrick tossing bodies around, heading back to the hoop, has it stolen away again. He's not going to be happy with the outcome of that. Showing a little frustration there. 5:50 to go. Braden Gregg on the left side. Finds Barnett, top of the key 3. Cha-ching! Back-to-back 3s by Barnett. Cats within 19 now. We need a few more stops. Nick Lazakis to Larrick. Skip out. Bates will pass up the 3 to penetrate. Left-hand runner, no good. Rebound by Larrick off the mark. And the Bobcats will clear it out. Jones over to Barnett. Up ahead, Rogers. Back to Jones. He'll find Barnett. He'll step into yet another 3. That one rattles in and out. And Windham will clear it out for the Muskies. Cambridge just looking for Barnett right now. He's got the hot hand. As Steele Bates trying to penetrate. On the right wing, nobody in the post right now for the Muskies. Here comes Larrick battling for position. Jones doing a nice job denying that low post spot. Bates down the lane, spins in the lane, puts up a floater as a last second opportunity, and he'll get the foul. I think he was looking to dish that, but had nowhere to go but shoot it. And Deontay Jones will pick up his first foul of the night. And here comes the line change for the Muskies. I'll go Green back in for Jones, and it'll be Briggs, Cameron, and Braden Davis, who had 9 off the bench in the first half, and Mason Gregg for the Bobcats.
Well, 19-point lead, and John Glenn is definitely not slowing down. taken 10 shots already here in the period.
First time the Muskies haven't scored on the inbounds play. And a travel on Davis as he double clutches on the sideline. And the Cats will get another chance to try to cut that lead a little.
10 shots and 4 turnovers already in the period.
Barnett splits defenders down to the corner. Mason Gregg 3. That one off the mark. Matthews will keep it alive for the Bobcats. Back to Barnett. 4:20 and counting here in the third. He'll penetrate, stop from 10 and knock it down. All 8 points for the Bobcats to Gregg, and that's Barnett, and that's kind of how he started tonight's game.
Yep, great first quarter and 0 for 3 in the second period.
45-28, halfway through this third period. Davis doubled in the corner. Dribbles down the baseline, reverse down on top. Windland from the foul line. He'll try to pound it down, find Davis for 3. Cha-ching!
Money.
And a timeout. Coach Scheck will take that one as Braden Davis knocked down his second 3. He's got 12 tonight. And the Muskies just like that back up 20. 48-28, John Glenn. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
In your time of need, will you be happy with your cut rate car insurance? Will you have the coverages you need? Valentine Insurance is dedicated to protecting you and your family when you need it. As an independent insurance agency, we have partnered with many reputable insurance companies who even have local claims adjusters to provide you with unbeatable service. Are you going to trust a talking lizard to help you with your claim? Really? Don't let this happen to you. Trust the professionals at Valentine Insurance. Call 994-1776.
Back at Gene Ford Court, scoreboard update brought to you by Amy Kissinger for County Commissioner. 48-28. John Glenn. Looked like the Cats were going to make a little bit of a move there, but the Muskies answered. Braden Davis, man, off the bench tonight. He's been hot. Couple of threes.
He hasn't missed a shot yet. He's 5 for 5 with
Wow.
2 threes.
Feeling it.
And 2 rebounds. Yeah, he's definitely feeling it.
John Glenn, timeout, coming out of the timeout. Again, they will continue to just pick up full court. And that has harassed the Cats all night long. Inbound, Davis over to Barnett. Doubled in the backcourt. He'll skip it right side to Rogers and across the timeline. All the way down to the baseline. Over to Mason Gregg. Feeds it down low. Matthews in the paint. Little floater good. Rylan Matthews, 13 last night. Just has 4 tonight. And the Muskies are going to beat the Cats all the way back. Cooper Briggs, an easy deuce. 50-30. Cambridge willing to run a little bit. And the teardrop by Barnett will not stay down. And the Muskies will run it the other way. Davis penetrates, kicks. Down the hoop, down the lane for the hoop. And the foul was Briggs. And that's going to be on Matthews, I believe. His first, team second of the period. And a 2-shot chance here for Cooper Briggs.
Muskies only attempted 2 free throws so far in the game, and that was in the second period.
Briggs on the season has only shot 1 free throw. As the Muskies will make another big substitution. Lob in the game. Here comes Dolan again, along with Lyric.
Like a hockey game, the line change.
Yeah, well, the Cats trying to keep fresh bodies on Lyric when he's in there. And Deontay Jones, Humko Green trying to get it done. And a 2-for-2 free throw chance that time for Briggs. Rogers against Briggs, takes him all the way to the hoop. The runner too hard, rebound, stick back. Jones couldn't get it to go, and Davis will clear it out for the Muskies. A rare offensive rebound for the Cats. Feed down low to Lyric. Backs his way to the left, back to the right, off the glass. Set that up perfectly and knocks it in. It's his second hoop of the night.
That's how you use your body if you're a big guy.
Extends the lead. Braden Gregg with 3 from the wing. And the battle on the rebound will get a jump ball. Arrow favoring the Bobcats with 2:20 to go in the period, trailing 54-30. Cambridge has seems like they picked it up on both ends of the floor this period, but they've fallen further behind, and they'll throw that one away on the inbounds. John Glenn's played pretty well tonight in every phase of the game, really.
Yeah, other than a couple of those turnovers to start this period, they've looked really good.
Davis with Lyric down low, kicks it out. Lob hands it off to Dolan, and they'll reset at the 2-minute mark. 24-point lead down the lane. Double clutch, and Dolan will head to the line and shoot 2. And that one on Deontay Jones. Jones does a pretty good job of protecting the hoop. It's hard to get in there without him getting a piece of you.
Right. Well, there were a couple bodies in there trying to get pieces. So he was a little upset that the foul was called on him. I thought it was on somebody else too, but there were a lot of arms in there reaching.
There's probably a lot of guys you could have called on. You can only give it to one.
Right. Right.
Dolan off the mark with his first attempt. DJ on the season. He's not been to the line a lot. He's 0 for 1 coming into this one. Now 0 for 2. There you got one.
Good rotation on that one, though.
Probably you don't get a lot of chances. It's hard to get that average up there. Trap in the backcourt. Greg gives it up to Barnett. Splits 2-3 defenders. Down the lane, kick to the corner. Greg will attack the hoop, lay it up and in. He got Lyric coming out after him. And Braden Gregg actually gets his first bucket of the night, a deuce, to make it 55-32. Timeout taken on the floor. We'll take it with him. You're listening to high school basketball on 97.7 WILE and YRP TV. Back after this.
Save money and get peace of mind with secure file backups from ABC Tech. Lost or deleted files happen all the time, and it can be devastating to your business. ABC Tech backs up all your data from all your computers and stores it in the cloud securely. If you ever lose your data for any reason, we can restore all your files easily from backup. Right now, you can get 2 months of our cloud backup services free. There's no need for us to even come on site. We can set you up remotely and protect your files quickly and easily. Contact us today for more details and to get your first 2 months free. Call 740-432-5605 or visit abctechnicalservices.com.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Gene Ford Court, 55-32. Your scoreboard update brought to you by Amy Kissinger for County Commissioner. Good camera work by our guy on the floor, Rock Valentine, right in the huddle with you. I don't know if you see him draw that play up or not. Rock would draw it up so it goes to him.
Of course. Big guys always want the ball.
Throw it into me. You got to believe that with this kind of lead, John Glenn's just going to want to eat up as much clock as they can. Shorten this game.
Yes, take care of the ball. Don't force bad shot.
Cambridge picking up full court. Inbound to Nick Lazakis. He got bumped pretty good, yep. And Rogers will pick up the foul, his first. Team's fourth. With 1:42 left in the third. And they could have called him for another one. Nick Lazakis sold that one a little bit, but they'll get it to Lyric at the foul line. Feeds it inside to Briggs. Back out on top. Deep three. Dolan cha-ching. Caught that in rhythm and knocked it down. And a foul in the backcourt by Dolan. His second.
Team first.
58-32 with 1:25 to go. John Glenn took the lead early. Bobcats battled back with a couple of 1-point advantages early on, but have not led since the midpoint of that first period, actually, as Rogers misses the spinner. Lyric another rebound and a foul on Homko Green. On the reach in, yep.
That's correct.
His first. Trying to get a knock away there. Lyric to the line.
Been kind of handsy, so officials want to make sure that doesn't get.
Hey, Riley, one of those guys he wants body contact in there. Lyric will head the line. He's 50% free throw shooter on the season and rattles that one in and out. 9 of 18 coming in. New rule, will get 2 free throws, and the second one takes a little bit off of it and drops it in. As Briar Ford checks in for the Cats tonight for the first time, 5'11 freshman with 1:18 to go. Gives Barnett a break, and boy, he's needed it tonight. He's had to do a lot of work. Back to Rogers, ahead. Homko Green across the timeline, into the corner. Mason Gregg will attack the hoop, can't get it to go. Tap back out to him. Rogers down the lane, his floater, good. Took it right up over top of the big guy, and Reagan Rogers has 5. Under a minute to play, 59-34. Muskies handle the pressure. Briggs, back to Dolan for 3, catching. Second 3 of the period in the last couple possessions. Braden Gregg with a run out. Beating everybody back. He's got a couple of hoops in the period. Both teams maybe tiring out a little bit on the full court game.
Yep, defense is starting to slip a little bit.
Nick Lazakis pull up and fade away from the left elbow and knock that one down. Will with 7. Ford with 16 and running. Takes it into the paint, lost his footing and gives it up, goes right back down after it, gets a tie up, and it will go back to the Muskies here. Found a little slick spot there and went down with 9.8, and John Glenn will sub out 3 more guys. Glob along with Cameron and Davis. Cats passive pressure. Cameron, kick back. Briggs, and they won't get a shot up at the buzzer here. As time runs out in the third period, John Glenn extending their lead through 3, 64-36. Fourth quarter action coming up right after this.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
Back at Gene Ford Court, the 10th annual Catfish Challenge. Scoreboard update with the Muskies on top, 64-36. Brought to you by Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. Muskies have led at the end of every period and look like they're going to take another challenge this year, take the trophy back home, unless Cambridge can find some kind of crazy magic in this fourth period. Unlikely. John Glenn has played some great defense tonight.
Yeah, good pressure defense. Knew that coming in. Cats are going to have to take care of the ball because that's always been John Glenn's MO, is playing a lot of aggressive defense in the full and half court.
Deep 3 by Barnett off the mark. DeAndre Fowler into the game with the rebound. Davis doubled in the corner. Back out on top. Glob, he'll take the double team. Kick it to the right corner. On the slash and the jump shot inside, no good by Cameron, and tapped out of bounds, touch last by the Maroon. 7:16 left here in the fourth. Muskies have pulled off the full court pressure. It's done its damage tonight. Turnovers have led to a lot of easy John Glenn hoops. Rogers penetrates, kick out to Barnett. Against Fowler, pulls it back to the top of the key. Resets the offense. And the overplay. Glob has the steal. as Cameron with the runner down the lane. Too hard off the back of the iron. Barnett will pull it and run it the other way. Crossover down the lane. The left hand off the glass for two.
Just so smooth when he takes the ball to the hole. I mean, he shot that ball from 12 feet away.
Yeah.
And it looked like he was right by the rim.
Nice kiss off the glass. Cats will double in the corner. Swings it. Briggs for three. Cha-ching is second of the night. 10 for him. And the lead 67-38. Braden Gregg off the dribble. Feed inside. Rogers will get it to roll in. Nice give and go. Fowler trying to answer for three. Cha-ching. Man, the Muskies have shot the three amazingly well tonight.
Oh, man. Everybody has.
30-point lead. Second three of the period. Homko Green and one. Count the bucket. And the foul on Nelson Cameron. His third. Yes, the team's first, and a three-point play chance here for Riley Humco Green. He comes in 0 for 5 at the line. Now make that 0 for 6. Briggs with the rebound and a shove from behind on like Mason Gregg.
That's correct.
Mason's first, team's first of the quarter as Matthews and Jones step in.
You talked about shooting for the Muskies. Not only did they shoot 73% from beyond the arc in the first half, they still made 3 of 5 in the third quarter. And they haven't missed, they've made 2 of 2 here in the fourth quarter. They've been on fire.
Yeah, you know, the holidays is the time, there's extra gym time to get in and shoot, and obviously those guys have been doing it, getting the work in. Bates with the three.
And they're not done.
Ching! Steele Bates feeling it.
Wow.
His third three of the night, 15 for him off the bench. Barnett, they're going to call the charge as he tried to slide through defenders. Josiah Barnett picks up his third and a team second of the period. Muskies getting some fresh bodies in the game. Bates will sit down, as will Briggs. Good game by both those guys. Briggs finishes with 10. Bates with 15. Lucas Blair steps in, along with Noah Deaver. Out on the top, Cameron off the dribble, penetration, went too far, lost control, and Matthews comes up with it for the Cats. 4:40 left here in the fourth. Down the lane, switching to the right hand, scooping it up and in, Rogers. 73-44. Cameron out of the double team, trying to swing it back. Jones got a piece of that one, knocked it out of bounds. It'll stay to the Muskies here in half court. Cameron again down the lane for the runner. No good, and tapped out of bounds. Staying to John Glenn, I guess. Yeah.
Yep.
Cameron, I tell you what, he's come in firing away.
Yeah.
Got a couple of threes early. He's couldn't get that runner yet to go here in this third and fourth period. Inside feed. Andrew Glob can't get it with the left hand. Rogers will pull it and run it up the floor, down the lane, kick to the corner. Braden Gregg's three. Cha-ching. Boy, the guy's struggled tonight, but he's hit a lot during the season. His first three. He likes to camp out down in that corner and finally got one to drop.
Yeah, good look by Rogers, too, to find the open guy.
73-47. Cats double out on top. Fowler down the lane trying to shovel it over to teammate Lucas Blair and out of bounds. And they'll say the Cats touched it, maybe kicked it.
Oh.
Some of the Cambridge players not in agreement on that play, but
well, I would have to agree. It didn't look like it from here either.
Didn't look like it touched anybody but
the Maroon.
Barnett defending Glob. Got a little body on him.
A lot of body.
A lot of body leaning on him. To Cameron. Down the lane, another runner and another miss. Back to Greg. He'll feed it out ahead to Rogers. Running the floor, lays it in and one. Wow. Number one, chasing that down was a heck of a job. Then to control his body and lay it in. You'll see the rebound here. He was going full out and was able to knock it down and pick up the foul. That foul on Cameron is his fourth.
Yep.
And it looks like he's going to step back out here in a moment. Rogers trying to complete the three-point play. Cannot get that done, but Matthews will chase down the rebound. Back to Rogers, off the glass and in. Reagan Rogers, 8 here in the fourth period. And substitution as Cameron with 4 fouls will sit down. Briggs will check back in. 3:15 to go, 73-51. Across the timeline to Blair. Back out to Deaver, now Briggs. Deaver feeds it to Blair. Back to Deaver, down the lane. Kind of flip it up there, fat battle for the rebound, can't get it in. And Cambridge will come quickly the other way. Nice feed from Braden Gregg to Deontay Jones, and he'll catch it in midair and lay it in. That's got it to 20 points, and believe it or not, that's the closest it's been for a while.
Long time.
On the lane, Fowler in the corner. Bobcats will step out on him. He'll take it down, flip it over his head. Back to Briggs for 3. Couldn't get that one to go. And over the back is Fowler. His first, team's third, with 2:22 to go. And the Bobcats will make a line change. 5 new white jerseys there.
Give the young guys a chance to get on the floor.
A lot of young guys
tonight.
here, yeah. Hayden Bond into the game. Along with Cameron Jeffrey. Prior forward, yep. Camden Lauer. Bond with it. Back out to Lauer. Couple minutes of varsity PT here for the young guy. Jeffrey off the dribble, knocked away out on top. Chance to get some of this on film and work on some stuff, huh?
Sure, absolutely. And John Glenn the same. They put some subs in a little earlier here in this quarter.
Corner, Breyer, 4-3, cha-ching. Hey.
As
It's a
we said,
quick way to get yourself an average, huh?
You get in the game, you better put that ball up.
Second 3 he's taken this year at varsity competition. Deaver dishes it to Blair. 18-footer, good. Big guy knocking it down. Mason Gregg off the dribble. Step back from 10, can't get it to roll in. Blair will clear it out with 1:15 left here in the fourth period. 75-56, John Glenn. Lob down the lane hard, scoops it up and in. A lot of contact, yeah, might not call that in the last minute, right?
Nope, not with the subs in.
These guys are just going to have to play through it. Lauer tapped away from behind and out of bounds, stays with the Cats. 44 on the clock. John Glenn's going to see their record improve to 5-2. Bobcats are going to drop to 1-7. Cambridge on the inbounds, caught him sleeping. And Cameron Jeffrey with the lay-in. Over to Glob. To Fowler. 3 off the mark. Subs are going to ruin the average tonight, aren't they?
That's the only one that missed.
Firing up.
I think that average is going to still be pretty good.
Yeah, it is. Lauer. Thought he got away with the walk, but not with the miss, as he gets it back on the save to Bond. The forward, he'll take another three, same spot, different result. Saved by Greg inbound. Lauer to the lane, lays it up and in. And that will be the final score of the night. 77-60. Your final as John Glenn picks up the win in the Catfish Challenge, not only in the varsity game, but they'll accumulate points and take that trophy home for another season. Final again tonight. John Glenn Little Muskies 77, Cambridge Bobcats 60. Stay tuned. Our post-game wrap-up coming up. And thanking our sponsors one more time. We'll take a break. Be back with all that right after this.
At Abel's, we're proud that so many people trust our family with their family's home comfort. I'm Russ Abels. For new heating and cooling, you can trust us to save you money with our high-efficiency systems. We're trusted for electrical work, lighting, outlets, generators, complete home electrical service upgrades. We do it all. And you can trust us in an emergency. Whether it's heating, cooling, or electrical repairs, we promise to do the job right. It's what we do for family, and it's what everyone deserves. Trust Abels.
I'm not buying till I checked on Ford.
Most of us are faced with uncertainty every day. Your job, your finances, sporting events, schooling for your children, and so much more. With so much uncertainty surrounding you, there's one auto dealership that you can be certain about, and that's Doan Ford. You can be certain that you'll always get a great deal and the best service afterwards. In business for nearly 60 years has given Doan Ford the reputation of being a strong, reliable dealership. Be certain. Choose Doan Ford. Online at DoanFord.com. Guernsey Muskingum Electric Cooperative will be giving out over $7,000 in scholarships this year. Graduating seniors whose parents or guardians are members of Guernsey Muskingum are eligible to apply. Visit gmenergy.com for a complete list of rules and applications. The application deadline is Friday, February 2nd, 2024. Now located at 16050 McConnellsville Road in Caldwell, Ohio, Patrons Buckeye Mutual Insurance Company is a mutual insurance company established in 1896 for the purpose of providing insurance coverage to rural Ohio. They offer a product to meet your insurance need, whether it's for a farm, rental dwelling, home in town, secondary or seasonal dwelling, churches, or mobile home. They partner with Grinnell Mutual Insurance Company from Iowa to offer liability coverage to package with their Patrons Buckeye Mutual policy. Call today, 740-305-5121, and follow them on Facebook at Patrons Buckeye.
Are you paying too much for homeowners insurance? Has your insurance company raised your deductible? Hi, this is John Valentine with Valentine Insurance. Many people can't accurately answer these questions. With many premiums escrowed into mortgages, homeowners don't pay attention to changes to their policies anymore. It's time you visit Valentine Insurance for a true, no-obligation review of your insurance policy. Call 994-1776 or stop by our office at 739 Southgate Parkway in Cambridge.
Your home and your car are likely your two biggest investments. Protecting them from unexpected damage is a prime concern to WB Green Insurance. They are proud to represent Westfield Insurance, a financial service organization that provides insurance products for your home, auto, and business. Sharing knowledge, building trust is Westfield Insurance's pledge to their customers, along with personalized claim service that's fast and friendly. To learn how Westfield can help with your insurance needs, talk to WB Green Insurance today.
I was sitting in my car and it wouldn't start. I lifted the hood and the engine was falling apart. What would I do? My eyes filled with tears. Then on the radio I heard of West 40 by Pay here, where for a little money down and a little each week, I could have a car, nice, shiny, and sleek. So I walked in the door and I put the money down. Now I got a nice car that I can drive around. West 40 by Pay here will help rebuild your credit. The corner of Dewey and Route 40 in Cambridge, don't you forget it.
West 40 Auto Sales, corner of Route 40 and Dewey Avenue in Cambridge, is home of the guaranteed credit approval, with most loans approved while you wait. Go to their website to fill out an online loan application, west40autosales.com. You'll also find their weekly special listed there.
97.7 on your FM dial. We're WILE FM, Byesville, Cambridge.
Back at Gene Ford Gymnasium, wrapping up the 10th Catfish Challenge, a 77-60 Muskie win in the varsity game, which will propel them to retain the traveling trophy yet another year. Post-game wrap-up here. And thanking our sponsors again for tonight's game, Patrons Buckeye, Doan Ford, WB Green, West 40 Auto, and Valentine Insurance, as well as Amy Kissinger for Guernsey County Commissioner. Thanks to all of you for helping bring tonight's game on 97.7 WILE and YRP TV. Scoring for the visiting Muskies, who now go to 5-2 under Coach Scheck. Steele Bates leading all Muskies tonight with 15, 12 for Braden Davis off the bench. Bates with 3 threes, Davis with a couple of deuces there. Cooper Briggs finished with 10 off the bench, and boy, then just a bunch of guys in the scoring column tonight. Nick Lazakis was 7. Cameron was 6, couple of threes there. Winland knocked down a 3. Schwab had 5, 3 for Fowler late, 5 for Caleb Larrick. Kind of an off night for him, but the Cats triple teamed him a lot of times. Weren't going to let him be part of the offense, but everybody else stepped up and contributed tonight for John Glenn. 4 of 6 at the line, hitting 12 threes on the night. That's a big number for a team that came in. What do we have them at? On the season, they were 29 of 91, so they hit about a third more threes tonight than they have all season.
Yeah. 67% from beyond the arc. You're going to shoot 21 threes. You're going to make 67% of them. You're going to feel pretty good about that.
Yeah, not a bad night for them. The Bobcats unable to answer with most of those. Cambridge knocked down 6 threes, 4 of them going to Josiah Barnett. He'll move up that all-time three-point shooter list actually into a tie for 8th place with Caden Moore. So his 4 tonight move him up, and no doubt next time out, probably move up a little closer as well. He finishes with 19 to lead all scorers. Reagan Rogers, an 8-point fourth quarter, gets him 13 points on the night. Then 2 for Cameron Jeffrey, 6 for Deontay Jones, 7 for Braden Gregg. He knocked down 1 deep ball. 4 for Ryland Matthews, 2 for Camden Lauer, 4 for Humco Green, and 3 for Briar Ford. Bobcats dropped to 1-7 on the season. And that kind of wraps up the individual scoring. Gives me a chance to say thank you again to our team tonight here, our camera people, Brett Klein and Callie Dunn. And or Brett Klein wasn't on the camera tonight. We did everything else, but he was on the board. Brock Valentine, our 4 camera, giving you those huddle shots. And
secret information.
Yeah. What do you got for me stat-wise?
Well, a whole bunch of stuff, man. There was a lot of shooting going on tonight, and a lot of good shooting going on tonight by John Glenn. Overall, for the game, combined field goal percentage, they shot 60% from the floor, but 67 of that percent from beyond the arc. So they shot the ball ridiculously well. First half, they shot 73%, 8 for 11 from 3, and still shot 60%. In the second half for 67 overall. Didn't take a lot of free throws, 5 for 8. That's what I got on the game for 63%. But they didn't need to. They didn't take a lot of free throws because they were knocking down threes all night long.
Yeah.
So really shot the ball pretty well. Again, if you're going to run into a team that shoots the ball that well, man, you better get every single rebound on the missed shots and not turn the ball over and slow the game down a little bit. And Cambridge just turned the ball over a little bit too much. I got them with 13 turnovers compared to 7 for John Glenn. Cambridge on the night shooting 50% overall, but 29% from beyond the arc, 60% from 2. So they shot the ball pretty well. Really had a really good fourth quarter. Shot 82%. But again, a lot of those were some garbage minutes and a lot of substitutes on the John Glenn side. 2 for 4, I got them from the free throw line. So, again, going into the game, we said Cambridge has to control the tempo, has to control the turnovers, keep those limited. and rebound the basketball and play some good defense. The defense, I wouldn't say they played horrible defense, but they left a lot of guys wide open for threes, and they knocked them down. You got to credit a team that knocks down 14, 15 threes, and Cambridge struggled a little bit shooting early. So, look, when you run into a team that's shooting like that, it's pretty tough.
Muskies dictated tempo on both ends of the floor and then shot the ball really well on top of that. I actually neglected to add in C.J. Dolan's 9 points, and he had a couple of threes. So, 14 threes on the night. Almost, that's just about half of what their season total was coming in here.
Yeah, and every single guy but one who got on the floor was in the scoring column for John Glenn.
Wow.
And I got Noah Deaver only taking one shot, so he didn't give himself a lot of opportunities.
No.
He was the only one that didn't score. And some balanced scoring, 15, 16, 9, 10. I mean, they had some guys that could knock it down.
Player of the game tonight, we get one from each team tonight, brought to you by Plus One Pizza.
A lot of pizza given out today, man.
Boy, yeah.
Wally's Pizza stepped up today for the Catfish. We gave away a player of the game for each of the youth games. A player from each team got 4 slices of pizza from Wally. So, thanks to Matt Haynes.
And the half-court shot, if it was missed, and it was.
And still gave away 20 pieces of pizza.
So there you go.
To the guy that missed the shot. So thank you to Matt Haynes, a Cambridge grad, a Cambridge basketball player. And then his family, or his son, went to John Glenn.
Hey.
So thank you for them as well. But Plus One always steps up to the table, too.
Yeah. All those people helping the community out there. And our players of the game for the Muskies, Steele Bates, didn't miss a shot tonight.
No, Steele Bates.
You said he didn't miss
No. Braden Davis didn't miss a shot tonight.
Okay. Never mind then. We'll give it to Steele had a great game. 15
Sure
points. Braden off the bench, 12. That's a great game as well. Knocking down 2 or 3 threes there. And anytime I think the Muskies off the bench tonight had to have about 20 points off the bench or more.
Yeah.
And for the Bobcats, Josiah Barnett, he's collecting pizzas on the season. He got 19 tonight. Tough weekend for the young man. But, he'll be resilient in defeat tonight, but he leads this team night in and night out. He gives 120% no matter what.
Yeah.
Man.
4 more threes to the record. You went over that.
Yeah.
So he will certainly be climbing that list throughout the season. We'll keep you updated on that.
Hey, you already mentioned some of these guys, and I know this Catfish Challenge has fallen in your lap to be your baby, but again, a successful year this year. The T-shirt sales and collecting that order and trying to make sure that everything happens and the officials are in place and the games happen and everybody knows where it's at and what's going on and getting the pizza and all that stuff. Congratulations to you. And I don't know if you got any kind of list of people that you wanted other than you have already thank on air, but it takes more than a couple people to make this happen.
Well, yes, it does. And the main thing is it takes our sponsors, because without our sponsors donating their funds, we can't give away funds, right? So People's Bank and Valentine Insurance are our 2 premier sponsors this year. They stepped up to the table and basically gave away that scholarship money. So that's huge. But, so many sponsors are involved. And, of course, my wife, I made her sell half-court tickets all day long. So, but I want to thank, certainly since it's here at Cambridge, Aaron Quinn, our AD here, was very flexible with us. And, man, we had a great turnout all day long. And without their help and the guys collecting door money and those kind of things, we just couldn't make this happen. So another successful day, a long day, another fun tournament, though. The kids eat it up, man, and we'll look forward to next year.
Hey, thanks for all you do, and for all those people that participated today. Hope you had fun, and we'll do it again next year. Next year will be back in New Concord at John Glenn. And all the efforts towards that, I'm sure, were well appreciated. It was a fun day for everybody involved. Final score in the varsity game, John Glenn 77, Cambridge 60. Close out a full day of basketball action. I want to thank our helpers here too, Brett Klein, Brock Valentine, Callie Dunn. Thanks for all their help and getting this online to bring to you. And JV, thanks again. You were running back and forth tonight and trying to make sure everything happened the way it was supposed to, and I didn't see anything that was a glitch in any sort, you know?
Well, thank you. I appreciate it.
Well done, man. Hey, thanks for everybody. We'll be back in action next week with more here on 97.7 and YRP TV. For the entire AVC team, I'm Bill Kafuri. Good night, everyone.
This has been a presentation of ABC Sports.